listening to Keith Prince's Curtain Call.
We are back. Oops, start. Here we are back over at the press upfronts for Yellowface. Daniel Day Kim's over the title. We're having a Fun's Broadway debut as a lead that he's originating. Let's get that part straight. And this is also your Broadway debut, if I am not correct. Tyo's the last name, and the name just...
Shannon.
Shannon.
Yes.
I was going to say Suzanne, and I'm like, that's not her name. God.
Listen, you nailed the last name.
But I got the last name,
nailed
right?
It.
So, Shannon, darling, precious angel.
Yes, Keith.
First of all, how fabulous Broadway debut. Broadway debut in a new play.
Yeah.
Broadway debut by a celebrated playwright. Mm-hmm. Tony Award winning, Pulitzer Prize nominating this, and directed by Tony Award winning or Tony Award nominated director as well. What does this feel like for a debut, girl?
Surreal.
Yeah.
I got here today and I was like, should I knock?
Girl, you in the room? What's the knock?
I'm like, can I come in?
Kick that door down.
It feels crazy. It still feels crazy. It
Yeah.
still feels like it's it just feels like super surreal and also just wonderful. I mean, like icon,
right.
icon. You know what I mean? And everyone is so lovely and so generous, and I feel like everybody says it's like we're having a good time in the room. We're having a great time in the room, like really in a really serious way.
So then that means the great time in the room hopefully translates to a fabulous time on the stage.
I can't see how it wouldn't. I really can't see how it wouldn't. I mean, I'm going to have a great time. Hope everybody else is too.
Because again, it's about you in this moment. Okay, let's own that. Can we own that, please?
I mean, I can't control anybody else's experience, but I'm going to have a great time.
Good.
You know?
Because that is what you're supposed to do with your debut.
Yeah.
You better have fun in this ding-dang thing. Come on now. So, like, what has it been like for you? Because, you know, one of the things that's very interesting about the piece, of course, is, you know, casting when it comes to Asian actors, Asian American actors, the whole smear. And you, let me see, it was a Theater World Award for your debut with the Chinese lady.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Drama Desk nominated. Yeah. So, from that to this, what has been that transitional period? What have you seen in terms of that middle time that's making you fueled about this? Like, what kinds of things have you experienced?
Yeah. I was doing the Chinese lady. I mean, COVID was still happening.
Right.
It's still happening, but it was happening with a capital H at that point.
Yeah.
And that was also like what I perceived at least to be the height of like Stop Asian Hate. It felt very dangerous, and there's definitely a sort of transitional time that happened, I think racially across the board in America, but it's exactly. And within the Asian community, I think there was like a lot of reckoning with like where we stand in America, where we want to end up,
right?
You know, and I think for a show like this, which was done in 2006 or 2009,
right?
I mean, I did Chinese Lady like in 2018, and then I did it a couple more times, and then the last time I did it was in 2021, and there was such a difference in the reception of it.
Right.
So I haven't asked them yet. I'm trying not to be annoying and ask all my questions at once to Lee and David, but I will get there. But I'm curious for them what it's like to do the show then and to do the show now, because even within that short span of like 2018 to 2021, I was like, it is different. Yeah, and especially like being Asian American is different. Right. It was just different between those two time periods. So so this is such an interesting piece to have, like such a not a huge gap, but that's a good amount of time between the first time it was done at the public and now.
That's great though. And this play, like I was saying to a few folks earlier, the level of diversity that's within this play is also fascinating because, as we were talking earlier with one of the other outlets about how we all, especially as people of color, need to come together for other people of color and help present and lift up their stories. And so it's just wonderful to see that that's happening with this piece as well.
Yes, I know that was like a conscious,
conscious?
choice as well. Yeah, and then within the body of the play, and there's some like update rewrites to like, we're not, yes, like we're all playing like everybody.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Like I'm playing 10 to 12 roles, Miranda's playing like, I don't know, 57.
26,
Yeah, exactly.
And I told her, I go, why does the black guy got to go do all the work?
Exactly.
She got to carry the whole
My
thing.
God, yeah.
My God,
You know,
still.
She's killing it though, you know what I mean?
I can only imagine.
Yeah, but it's, what was I saying? What were we talking about?
I don't even remember now.
It was something important.
It's very, very portion. About the diversity being in the room.
Oh yes, yeah. That with the rewrites and stuff, like we are playing like we are all playing like people of different ethnicities as we go through like all the characters, but it's not like in a colorblind way. You know what I mean? We're not like ignoring the fact that we're doing that. It's intentional.
Like, someone's gonna make you Susie Hwang, right? Is that what's happening? Or someone's gonna make you what's her name from the Flower Drum song? Are they? Will Miranda get to play Susie Hwang or be? You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like,
that would be fabulous.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we're all playing like, yeah. It's an interesting. It's an interesting like a comment on the play itself,
Right.
and you know what I mean. Like, it's like a theatrical onion. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be peeling back them layers, girl. All right. We're gonna go to the Outback and get something fried and pull it out. Oh, it's because I'm hungry.
I'll see you there. Yeah.
Shannon. Oh my God. All right. So. We've talked about the play. We've talked about this. Now that you're sitting here getting ready for your Broadway debut, all right, what has the family said in terms of, you have been doing this for a while. I'm sure that there's somebody in your family who's like, seriously, the acting thing? When are you going to make that, and here you are now on Broadway. What are they saying now? Here
I am now. I was pretty fortunate. Everyone was like, pretty supportive, you know what I mean?
I mean, you couldn't have made it this far without a few cheerleaders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, through cheerleaders throughout my life, you know what I mean? Like teachers, coaches, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel really lucky. I feel really supported. I feel really supported by like the Asian American theater community.
Yeah. Which is huge here in New York.
Which is huge, and it's so nice. Like people who I've met in passing or like haven't even met are just like.
Right.
But we're all in community with each other, and everybody is like reaching out and sending messages. I'm not a big social media person, but it's been amazing. Just like every once in a blue moon when I get on my Instagram to just have some like nice messages from, and like selfless messages. It takes a second to like pull out my phone and like write to somebody, and I never take that for granted. It's so lovely.
Okay, well, when I start following you. I will expect a much broader relationship now that we've met.
Okay, yes, absolutely.
Oh, Shannon, thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Shannon Tyo, y'all.